Today we're teaching lashings. You'll want to stick around. Welcome back to Outdoor Skills Made Easy. Today we're set up behind the camera camping, and we thought that we needed a place to hang some of our gear. So we found a log and we're going to bind it to 2 trees using some lashings. We're going to show you how that's done today. So we stopped at the store and bought some obnoxiously red colored rope so that you could follow the process of the lashings. One of the things that we want to point out also is if you decide to lash a pole to a tree, we want to be careful and not cut down a pole. We're going to find something on the ground so that we leave no trace when we're done. In this area there seems to be a lot of deadfall, so we just looked around, found a pretty nice stick, and that's going to work nicely. It doesn't have to hold a lot of weight, and it's great for lashing, so this is what we're going to use. There are 2 methods to start your lashing. The first is to use a timber hitch. Take the leading edge, go around your rope, and wrap it 3 or 4 times, and that will be the bottom line of your lashing. The second method is to use a clove hitch. You simply go around, make an X, the line comes around, goes right underneath the X that you've just made, and cinch it up. We started with the timber hitch on the tree, and now we'll attach the pole using a square lashing. We're going to put our pole on top, and then we're going to make 3 wraps. Across the top, over, that's 1. Now we've made 3 wraps, and now we're going to do 2 fraps, which will bind the wraps together. 1 wrap, tighten it up. 2nd wrap, tighten it up, and tie a clove hitch to finish it off. Now that we fastened the pole to the tree using a square lashing, we'll go to the other side and fasten the other end with a diagonal lashing. We'll start with our timber hitch. Go around, leading edge goes around itself, and then 3 or 4 wraps. And just cinch that up. Now we're going to do 3 wraps. Okay, now we've got 3 wraps on that. We're going to go underneath, come around, and go the opposite direction. 2 wraps, 3 wraps, and now we're going to do our fraps. This is really what cinches it down. One, 2, see how that tightens it up? And we'll finish with a clove hitch. Make your X. Underneath, and there you have it. The next lashing we're going to teach you is the tripod lashing. It's most commonly used to build a teepee. Let me show you how it's done. Just to make it easier for you to see, we've brought 3 small poles from home that we can demonstrate on. You'll want to start with 3 poles of the same length. Start with a clove hitch on the outside pole, and then 3 wraps or 4 wraps in and out of the poles, and end with 2 fraps in between each of the poles, and then finish off the other end with a clove hitch. Super easy to do. start with a clove hitch, just a couple of wraps. Make your X. And really, this is a double half hitch, but it's tied on a log or an object rather than on itself. So that's basically a clove hitch. Then we'll just go in and out. One more time for good measure. And now we've got 3 or 4 wraps. Now we're going to do 2 fraps on each one. And with a clove hitch, slide them down nice and pretty. There you have it. Now let's see how it works. Not bad. Let's say that you wanted to make a flagpole, and all you had was some shorter poles not long enough to do the job. So you need to lash 2 of these poles together. We can easily do that with a round lashing. These are shorter poles that we brought from home, but they'll do the job to demonstrate what we want to do. We're going to put one lashing here, one lashing here, and they'll hold them together. This lashing is super simple. Again, we'll start with a clove hitch, but instead of just going around one of the poles, we're going to go around both. There's your X on the top. You're going to cinch it up tight. And now we're going to just lay these side by side, nice and tight. And we're going to finish with a clove hitch. There's my X. Going to go through there, cinch it up tight. There we go. So that's a round lashing. Now we'll put one over here to keep the poles together. Now we're going to go ahead and flip this around. Tie another round lashing on the other side. Remember, we start with a clove hitch. Nice and tight, and start our wrappings. No frappings on this, just wrappings. If you have a slick pole and nylon rope, you may want to add a few more wrappings to make it hold tight. Okay, we're there. Let's go ahead and tie our clove hitch. There's our X. Through the middle. Nice and tight. Make it pretty. And there you have it. You can see that it's very strong. And imagine if each of those were a 5-foot pole, you'd have a very nice flagpole. We hope that this has been fun and educational for you. And we hope that you'll join us again at OSME TV.